Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for a downhill as of today's live summon in the Crew 2. This brings out to have a same pattern of the energy just like what we did from the first rerun back from January 3rd to the 10th, 2024. Now arrived in the 4th week of January 2025 is now available on the 22nd through the 29th. The rerun for the Encore to go down the hill by having 6 events and 3 skills to get some organized discipline like Street Race, Rallycross, Powerboat, Hovercraft, Motocross, and temporarily to have a Hypercar only on the Koenigsegg Agera R. Along with 3 skills to have the Great Basin Escape to have a land base on off-road, low altitude in Yosemite, and Lake Tahoe for the escape. Just had to go for the recipe to be on the land, sea, and air all together, and other 6 events will be take on to have a good racing on the hill. Better be ready folks, whenever I had to go climbing up and get faster to go down the hill. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's begin and ready to go for today's live summon event. So it turns out in Brawn vs Beauty as a current rerun and buried yet to have achieved on the platinum by 1,719 plays in 1,200,147 points. But good thing I already got the Ford Mustang GT Fastback Drip Edition and Ferrari F12 TDF to go double up into a currency credit to go rack up and have 1 legendary loot part for the street race disciplines. And plus, 200,000 followers on Fame Pack, just the usual, and we got Night Shift is about to be coming up soon after Free for Valentine. And also for the good news for my channel that I just currently to be stopped at 886 subscribers, only down to 114 to go by reaching up into 1000. So hear me out you guys, I just need all the help and support I can get, so I just really need to keep on racing, stay clean, and continue on to have some other racing games we'll have to go rack up to give a good ordinance and have the participation to go for the weekly event and full walkthrough, as I just have to keep working on and make it like a good masterpiece of perfection. So here are the next 4 rewards as usual: 150,000 followers, Lancia Delta Esport on the silver, exterior parts for the Koenigsegg Agera R in the gold category for the hypercar discipline, and for the platinum, neon yellow tire for the epic, just to do a usual way and have this one to be already owned to be converted into a currency buck. So let's get down to do some to Salam on the land and water, then low altitude we'll have to go on the dirt. So first up, Meteor Crater is about to be ready up to go for the land base to be selected to go off-roading. But talk about having a most previous recap after using 6 events by using 3 Ford and 3 Ferrari vehicles, including the Ferrari 488 GT3 with a variation livery of Ferocica Mayday from Hello Babas. But it turns out very well creative and make it much more unique as a fan art. But I'll have to get down to it and just have to go moving on forward to have the current live summit event to be focusing on off-roading, and the mountains will have to wait by having 6 events to go down the hill. Starting out to have a score breaker to be racked up to be recommendable to get my own pick if I had to choose the right kind of an off-roading vehicle to be in the main example, but I know what it is, just have to be sure and make a good guess. But how about I'll have to go and use the 2015 Aerial Nomad will have to be suitable to be racked up and max per level on the same 140. Affixes is about to be on the skill by 75%, but I know what to do. Just have to go off-roading, turning engine on, then enter the gate. We'll have to go Salam around the corners in the Meteor Crater. Just look at it go, just keep that Nomad to go riding up on the off-roading all-wheel drive. This could get skillful, tricky, and good clear opening. But I bet one player is now being joined in. Just have to get a good clear path, and then the rest will have to keep a good half circle around by one limitation of the sprint. Okay, there goes the finish line. Just have to make it and ride on the queue. 20,051 points. Good work, and not bad to be impressed to have a good skill off-roader to have a nice kind of a rally rate vehicle. That's 156,037 points, no part received, and go on the water to have the second phase of Salam in skill 2. Then let's go to the Black Hills, and this wheel might have to go powerboat only. Besides jet sprint, wheel might need to go lighter up, get faster to bring out a good massive horsepower by around in over 1,000. But not to mention that I just really had to get down to be recommendable if you guys have already might need to have a better kind of a powerboat vehicle. So I'll have to start out and have the Offshore Mark II to be at the ready. Just practice well, get down on the flow, and do on the main path to go down the hill. But the current rivers is about to get much more thrilled to be excited out there to have a faster ways to go down. Just have to keep up the pace. Just have a good watchful eye on the large rivers. Dang it, just missed it. But I'll have to get rack up to go achieve on the finish line. 1 second, and there you have it. So that's 14,346 points, and that should be good enough. Let's see the same results, and rack up to go placement by 148,615 points. Land-based check, and water-based on Salam check. Low altitude in skill 3 will take place to be at Yosemite. So I have to be ready, get set, and auto switch vehicle will have to be automatically to be using with a Pilotus PC-21 will be soared in the air. But you know how it works. Get flying to get low. Just keep it straight and avoid the contact if you're about to go close in to have it overneath the bridge. Good skill set and possibility that I just really had to go old-fashioned as a stage of novice. Okay, wonderful, doing well, and perfectly average on the flying skill. But I'm always had to keep it practiced to get it right without having object of the contact. But except this one, going clear flight on underneath the bridge. So there you go, that's 38,582 points. Just like the first rerun and original, and we still barely got this one to have a low altitude outcome and place to be at 156,567 points in 38,582. So 3 skills are checked. Let's have 6 events. We'll take the path to go on the other 3 with no restriction only. I'll have to start out to have hovercraft, rallycross, and street race before proceed to the Glacier Park Squad X event for the hovercraft discipline. But you know what to do. I'll have to go decided by the pick and have both of them in the Nitro Chemist to be equipped on the Proto SK Armor and the Proto Speedster 2018. Same per level, different handling, and bring out to have a good amount of the horsepower to be in the same level to be exactly by the difference. But the Proto Speedster should be doing well to be maximum and contains with 771 horsepower and top speed in 97 miles per hour. Let's get ready to go swip up on the water, and handling in the land, we'll have to do a 3-second countdown to go for having a most hovercraft-tastic moment and embrace it by having a 3-second countdown to go reach up into the top 3. Head start coming in, and cue on the water drip to be in the first checkpoint and second checkpoint. Got to be sure if I had to choose the right kind of fixes when using the Nitro Chemist. Got to choose the direction size to be on the left, take that jump, and go on the land to have a hill climb skill. This could get tricky. All I have to do is going to go land up the drift. There you go. Just have to keep it masterful by having a hovercraft skill of a roll in Kaido battle. Here comes the jump, and keep it nice in the clear spot in the land. Alright, it's going extreme in hovercraft style. First position and second lap on the way. Okay, step right up, spectators, step right up to see me going on the hovercraft racing for the Speedster. Progression is almost to be at 50%, right on schedule, and clear checkpoint on the hill climb to be on the land. Okay, very good to be refill on the drifty. Just have to keep a grip and slide it on the U-turn to go up and faster on the downhill. Alright, keep it nice and airborne. Almost there in the final lap to go faster for having a quick swim in the water and drop up the land hill climb towards the downhill. Got to do the right side and make it for the best. Good center jump and back in land. Okay, U-turn, hairpin on the hill climb. Just have to take the first, second is already checked and already in at the dirt. Yeehaw! Going faster dive in and clear podium perfection. That's 2 minutes, 41.105 seconds by first position to be achieved by having an outcome result to be racked up by 100,000 points. Success, and that brings out with 119,690 points with 7 legendary loot parts in hovercraft category disciplines. So that's one event and part 1 of 3 in no restriction on the category. But speaking in the moment in hovercraft to go climbing up on the hill and downhill. But how about take the uphill by having a starting point and go down the hill on the finish to be racing in down to Yellowstone. As I'm about to be selected to go for the 1976 Lancia Stratos HF GR4 to have a nice kind of a Monte Carlo livery variation, as you have been seeing this one as a replica from the 1970s in the WRC season. Per level is about to be set with a Nitro Camus on 230, horsepower in 535, and top speed in 176 miles per hour. Will give a semi-expert to be on the handling level. Will go embrace it to be drive well as a mid-engine besides an all-wheel drive. Got to be ready and get set to have a different kind of a Lancia vehicle, just like the Delta S4 as well. Here comes the midship rallycross time attacker to go uphill on the start and make it faster to go down the hill at the finish. Got to go head start in the first position by having 1 and 2 checkpoints. Clear the path while the animals are about to go roaming around. Alright, good in the top speed and 5th gear to go rack up to have a faster advantage to do with some tight turns around the mountains to keep a good line and station together. Just have to go faster up and make it much more slide up the drift. Handling is the key for having a good skill of the Stratos to stay in the main path on the dirt trail. Excellent run and checkpoint already cleared to have the next one. Alright, let's tear up the dirt and tear up the tires to stay together to have a traction control to stay in one piece. Main gap by 12.8 seconds, doing well, and just have to stay in the same path around in Yellowstone. Just be very extra careful when you're on the corner to have that main path before coming into the bridge. That's where the consecutive hairpins is about to go turn up the drift and make it much more smooth turn to be on the main downhill path. So here comes the first one. Make that checkpoint clear and update gap by over 18 seconds by the decimal. That's hairpin 2 done. Now here comes the dirt one. Checkpoint mark and clear. That's hairpin port to be labeled on the current checkpoint. Now, this is going to be on hairpin 5. Number 6 hairpin, check and done to be recognized that I just have to be remembered. So number 7 hairpin is going to be marked check. And hairpin 8 is on the current one. So that's 8 hairpins check. Now here comes another one. Got to keep a good recognized to have a number 9 is coming up to be right over here. Okay, good handling and good modest respawn without doing a drift. Just have to go classic rally racing. That should do number 10, and this one is number 11. Okay, that's 12 hairpin, and here comes the 13 mark of the hairpin. That should be good enough, and almost forgot one more to have that current checkpoint to be right at the mark. So that's 14 hairpins and doing well to have a good clear path before reaching up by a progression to be stopped at 83%. So coming up to the next area, just have to keep a good grip on the throttles to stay together and the S turns to go a little bit more similar to have a roll of a hairpin. Keep it nice and center. Almost there to have a good placement record. Alright, piece of cake. Now, final stretch towards the finish line podium to be reached to the bottom. Alright, success, and total time in 3 minutes, 43.486 seconds. Brilliant and successful Rallycross genius by 123,672 points. That's a very good check mark to be received on event 2. So next up for the street race discipline by having another roll on no restriction. So better grab your vehicle, and we're heading up to Temecula Wineries. We'll get started out to have a nice good place in the state of California at the west. Got to make sure to choose the right car and better performance to be outfit with a Nitro Chemist just to beat the usual and make it much more going stronger to have a matter of improvement in efficiency. So which one should I have to start out with? Got to make sure to have a right kind of a street racing vehicle to go all in and pack up to have a good Nitro Chemist to be faster up. We'll have to go serve up on the main improvement. But it takes recommend arsenal to have filling out with Nitro Chemist for every street race vehicle, but I just got everything to come up with a light bulb idea as I'm about to pick for the right kind of a vehicle as I had to go for the Dodge Charger SRT8 2012 with a UDRS Insportec muscle car variation style. So let's do it. Third part on the no restriction and bring out the beast. We'll have to take a countdown by 3 seconds. We'll have to go up and have a good line to be faster to be reach up onto the hill to go down. Time of day is about to go in night. So here comes the Charger. Takes the lead and go embrace it to have a nice roll of a Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Progression is already in by 10%. Got to take that path and cue on the downhill to be faster up around in Temecula Wineries. Got to keep a good line on the barrier. It's all about being safe and just have to go down to have a good path and right on the bridge. What hill climbs comes up and go faster on the downhill. And even so, to have the main route to go clear up onto the temporarily flat surface to be racing up around in the mountains. But popular as it is, this race and the route itself is going to be having a good cruise and racing up to have a good placement around in the popular areas in America to have a good location in the mountains. So the checkpoint is going clear to have the S turns. Here comes the left turn and go handling by the brake. Alright, go pack up the horsepower and give it a good feel of the speed. Halfway there, it's on 56%. Just have to climb up a little bit. Just give a feel of an electric nitro, and here comes another incoming corner. Just within a few miles to get shorter, and right turn on the mark. Okay, gap time on 20.2 seconds. That should do very well, and keep up the good. Charger Beast is doing much more muscle car to sedan. Okay, coast is clear after the deer just been seen by. Now, going up the hill. Just have to keep it center up and stay on the streets. Okay, checkpoint clear and all done to have a strategy to go race up, to go faster up on the hill climb and follow up on the downhill. But clear on the flat surface, just to be having a coast is clear and keep up the good top speed to rev it up and go on the high level limit. Okay, finish line in sight. Just bring it home and placement on the total time in 3 minutes, 1.857 seconds. Good enough. Let's see the results, and I hope I can probably have to go for a follow-up catch-up. And there it is. 114,152 points. Now that's what I call a street racing kind of a muscle car will go do a job well done. Well, after 3 events on the restriction is all done for street race, rallycross, and hovercraft, and that means KTM, Koenigsegg Agera R, and Voucher 1414 Demon is about to go for the next 3 event on the lineup. It's off to Las Vegas and heading up to Uberdam for race number 4 will be get set on the Voucher 1414 Demon. 2700 horsepower, top speed 191 miles per hour per level to be maxed out at 250. Courtesy to have my UDRS Insportec Powerboat livery is about to go for having a set sail and go 3-second countdown to be at nighttime with a forecast in the rain. It's about to get wet and go clear to have a wind up direction to go head start as I'm about to take the right side and checkpoint 1 to go faster on the main pace. Got to keep going and gonna have to stay on the water without taking any jumps. Just almost there. Just have to go set sail around to have a good main path of the route. 6.5 seconds update. Hope I'm ready. This will have to take the best checkpoint to go clear and another one to go jumping through the Uber Dam. Look out below and splash it onto the touchdown river. Okay, now that'll have to take the optional way to go for the jump moment and keep a good ventilator to have affixes to go additional adding up. So I know what to do about the event, and the powerboat itself just had to keep going to be reached up onto the finish line. The yacht is doing well and perfectly to go clear at the podium. So right at time and piece of cake by a minute, 22.277 seconds. As for event number 4 to go clear by the check is 117,873 points. 2 common and 1 rare part has received. Forwards earn and bring out to have a downhill stage of penultimate will have to get extremely tricky before proceed to the combo event on the Koenigsegg Agera R in street race event. So I'm at the platinum rank in 8,507 place by 936,609 points. But almost there, and we're about to get yourself prepared to have a KTM motocross vehicle on downhill from here. This will do a downhill time attack for having a motocross vehicle, folks. better be ready and get set to go racing up on the extreme to go by available with 3 of the kind KTM vehicle on variations in the 450 EXE on the standard, Red Bull, and Nighthawk edition. So which one should I have to start out with? But how about decide and go with the standard version with my UDRS Inspirtech livery by the same pro level in 70 that contains with 100 horsepower and top speed by 99 miles per hour. But I'm sure it is. This will have to go tricky up to go faster and bring out the 3-second countdown to go starting grid on the top of the hill and ends on the downhill and finish. But give me some strength and give me a lot of effort if I had to keep a good eyes on the checkpoint gate. Okay, here comes the flip. Got to do the front and stay center without getting caught by the tree. There goes the checkpoint 3. Got to keep going and keep bring out the speed downhill to go up by over 100 miles per hour. Here it goes. Just have to keep it careful to have a watchful eye contact on the canopy trees. Handling is important when taking the downhill is going to be a much more extreme moment. Okay, time to slow down and clear for the checkpoint. Follow the direction and stay on the path. But most importantly, you might have to take that shortcut whenever you like to use. Just like this, and have that main checkpoint to keep it clear on the center position. But don't slow down. We have to keep up to go faster without any means to having some obstacles to be overcome. Okay, coast is cleared by having a float through on the bushes, shrubs, and etc. Okay, close call. I just barely almost took a contact by the checkpoint, and here comes the jump. Backflip one time, and here's another front flip by the second. Okay, that's 2 minutes. 2.307 seconds and motocross legendary bundle earned. Let's see the results if I had to go again, and looks like it turns out correctly. 113,466 points. Now that's what I call to have a good moment to be racing up on the downhill time attack moment. So time goes by and time's a pacing, and that brings out to have a good event number 5 penultimate is about to be checked and done before moving on to take the combo event for the Koenigsegg Agera R in the street race event. Platinum rank update in 5,924 place by a million, 50,075 points. So far so good, and times of pacing is doing well to go faster up to have some events to go specifically that related to have a good moment to be racing around the hills. But it's time to go for number 6, and apparently to have number 9 for the list is about to go for the Black Hills in the US Speed Tour Special on the West Edition. So I have to be ready, get set, and commence the time attack to go for the hypercar event. We'll be going on the main focus to have a nitro chemist just like straight from Sweden like last time. But you know it is, I'll have to be well prepared to have one Agera R to be ready up to have a good queue on the time attack. I have to get ready, and it's going to be a hypercar time attack to go for the rush and master the corners. We'll do 3 seconds to be the time ejected in 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Here I go and pull out the nitro to have a 2 first checkpoints, and checkpoint number 3 to go on the right corner to keep it nice and neat for the respawn handling. It's doing well nicely for the Agera R before entered in the Silver Hills in Black Hills. Just have to keep a good line check and pass on the short straightaway on the intersection underneath the highway. Right corner turn up ahead and already clear. This will have to keep it nice and clear to have a good watchable eye on the wooden guardrails before coming in to have a left turn first, then right in a second before arriving in the current area where it's going to be located in Mount Rushmore. Got to keep it nice and center and stay on the road formation. Okay, that's absolutely to go in one piece. Steady up, and here comes the bridge. Will we take the main lead position to go for the mark of the checkpoint? S turns up ahead. Just have to keep it nice and neat and watch out, avoid contact. Okay, very nice. And bridge coming in to go cross in and have the sign to be passed by to be entered in the Avenue Highway. Once you're about to go clear in the road, first 50% will take the highway to keep it nice, faster, and make it open. It's all about workout. Just only have one Koenigsegg Agera R is going to be a best advantage every year to get yourself to be quicker and be improved. Just have to stop using the nitro and wait until the full capacity to be reached at 100%. Okay, here comes the left turn on the sign arrow direction. It's coming along nicely, and currently in the total time by over 2 minutes by almost 20 seconds. Okay, now's the time to go full up the speed. Okay, gonna have to stay on the line of the asphalt and keep it going action. And there we go. Made it on time in 2 minutes, 37.972 seconds to finish the event, and 200,000 followers has been well earned to receive. Perfect and solid 113,618 points without having a follow-up catch-up by 100% complete. Okay, all the attempts and workout is all I need to do very perfectly to go racing up and downhill for a second rerun for 2025. In about 22 hours left, and I did very good out there to have some 3 events with manufacturer, with vehicle, and the other 3 to go with no restriction for street race, rallycross, and hovercraft discipline, along with 3 skills by 2 types of slalom in the land and water, and the air, low altitude at Yosemite. So I bet you guys just really did good out there, just like last time by the original since 2020, and first rerun from last year since 2024. Well, I can't thank for having a very good downhill racing moment for the KTM in downhill from here, just going extreme and pack up to go, focusing on the time rush effort out there by under 2 minutes is all you need to be well recommendable to go strategize to have the right kind of a variation on the KTM 450 EXC. Standard, Red Bull Racing, or Nighthawk Edition, whenever you like to go for a selected pick to have your own favor of style. Especially for having one Koenigsegg Agera R in the USB Tour Special number 1 in West Edition at Black Hills. Perfect moment to go time attack to get faster up, strategize to have the road will do the first phase, and the highway will take the second phase to do steadier and very more competent to go faster up in the high speed asphalt. The third one in Uber Dam for the Voucher 1414 Demon. Perfectly well indeed to have the first one to go on to Lake Mean, just have to set sail, go faster up on the nitro, and then the best jump will have to keep it nice and go on the airborne. But I bet the other kinds of 3 events on street race, which is very well to be challenging up on Temecula wineries when I was using the Dodge Charger SRT-A 2012. Perfectly and built to be domestic, not domesticated for a muscle car to have a 4-door sedan to keep up the good pumps. Especially to have one other thing in hovercraft, as I just recently picked on the first event, turns out doing well and have a good pick to rack up by almost 120,000 points by using the Proto Speedster. But it's very good. And lastly, for Rallycross event in downhill to Yellowstone. This will be my favorite event and very yet to be achievable to have some 13 hairpins when going race up down the hill. but easier said than done, and very much more recommendable to have some auto pick to use for the Lancia Delta on the S4 Hoodlum Racing Crew Edition, followed by the Standard and the Stratos HF GR4, and almost forgot that I just recently purchased when visiting to the Off-Road HQ to get myself, and have the Rally 037 is going to be quite good to be recommendable and pick before moving on to take the next Team Summit in the later future. But right now, we're about to be entered the Streets Showdown to be open until January 29th before at the end of the month and ends early in February 5th. Same prices to get the exterior parts on the Chevy Corvette C7CR1 convertible, Aquatic Splash Smoke, and Float Edition for the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 GSR Drip Edition. You know the 6 events to have 1 hypercar followed by with 2 street race, 2 drip, and 1 drag race discipline, along with a slalom, speed trap, and buoy smashing. The perfect time moment to go label up as a first rerun in 2025, and the other Team Summons will have to be coming up soon to have the Player's Choice on February 5th to the 12th, and V for Valentine on February 12th to the 19th. I'll have to be sure to have the main date to go entered on the 3rd week of February in night shift will be scheduled by coming soon after Downhill is about to be finishing up in about 22 hours left. Hope I'm ready, and I have to be sure to do my best to go improve and stay in the platinum to go update from rank 1730 place and go under by the top 1000. So I'll have to wrap it up before at the end. Thank you for enjoying watching the video and the Crew 2 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on Dividend Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. Plus, membership is now open to everyone. Will join to get access for price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and many features to support the channel. It's the best way to help out with a super thanks as an extra, will support and grow. I'll be seeing you guys next time on the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again at the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.